How to really choose a violin bow was never meant to be a secret. Yet, after helping hundreds of violinists from beginner to professional, I now realize that it's become one. Even some of the basics. So let's begin there, because from the very first note, the right bow can make all the difference. Take a few minutes right up front and remove any bows that have physical defects. It's amazing what some dealers have been known to offer customers. If you haven't already, you need to watch my video, What Every Violinist Needs to Know before purchasing a violin bow. The selection process can seem daunting, yet with the help of a trusted friend and a clipboard, each step by itself is simple and allows you to take an assortment of bows and quickly find the best one for you. Or in some cases, the best bow that you can afford, while also learning what to look forward to in the future. Yes, there is a place for inexpensive fiberglass bows, especially for children prone to accidents, or if your budget simply hasn't given you any other option. In fact, a fiberglass or carbon fiber bow is usually better than an inexpensive Brazil wood or even Pernambuco bow, because they usually never warp or fall apart. Yet, always make sure that it has real horsehair and that the hair is the proper length for the humidity where you live, so that the balance of the bow and the space between the grip and the frog is correct when you get back home. Now that we're past the basics, let's have some fun. The finest bows really are made of Pernambuco. Yet a high-quality Brazilwood bow can be the next best thing, and sometimes better than the less expensive Pernambuco ones. So, with that in mind, and not knowing what your budget is, I've left everything on the table, from $65 to $20,000. The first process of elimination, beyond physical defects and repairs, is the feel of a bow. When you pick up a bow with a proper bow grip and move it around in the air, fast and slow, how does it feel? One of the most important characteristics of a fine bow is the balance, and how well it allows you to gracefully lower and lift it from the string, and its resilience when throwing it on the string while using advanced bow techniques. Now press the tip of the bow against your other hand and feel how stiff and resilient it is, especially when tipping it from side to side. It should feel even, or if anything, ever so slightly stiffer when tipping it away from you, never the other way around. Also, tap the tip of the bow against the back of your other hand and notice how lively it acts. Also, how quickly the vibration settles down. And true, a bow can be too stiff because it deadens the sound. There are many professionals who can judge the overall quality of a bow with these two tests. Yet, no matter how experienced you are or how wonderful a bow may feel to you during this first test, don't stop. Have your friend write down the name and/or description of each of the bows, along with a number from 1 to 10 on how you judged them. It's best to warm up with the bow that you're currently playing on and with your own violin, not the violin that you dream of owning in the future, because different bows feel and sound different on different violins, and the difference can be amazing. And this is the main reason why the finest bows are so expensive. Imagine that you just paid $11.3 million for a Stradivarius, and one bow makes it sound 25% better. And more importantly, gives it that little bit more that everyone dreams of. What's that violin bow worth? Different rosins can also make a difference in the tone and the response of a bow. There's that word again. Talk to the dealer, and if they allow it, make sure that all the bows are freshly rosined with your favorite brand. And/or this might be the time to look for a better rosin. If any of the bows have never had rosin, have the dealer take care of it. Don't wear out your hand by applying it yourself. If you have a lot of bows to test out, start by playing a simple phrase while judging the tone and feel of each bow, because you can usually eliminate about half of them right away. On the other hand, if a bow inspires you, it's okay to get carried away. Just don't spend too much time right now on any one bow. Five. A lot of bounce in that bow. 4. 7. 3. I'll set that one aside. 'It slides around, doesn't have enough rosin. And it just feels odd. Oh, yeah, that's why it feels odd. See that? Mm-hmm. Okay, definitely out. Yeah, 7.5. 8. Maybe even a little more. 6. Almost no sense going there. So I'll pull it aside. 9. 8. Ooh, just kind of feels sloppy right off the bat. 4. So let's see. Clear off. 5. very different. Not bad. 7. Back and forth a little, but we'll give it an 8 for right now. Oh, like 2 or 3. Yeah, just the minute I hit it, it's just, it's sloppy, sluggish. It's just bouncing all over the place. And we'll get to that later. Let me wipe a little of the rosin off then. When trying out bows, and if they're all freshly rosined, you may have to remove some of the rosin from the strings. Yeah, because you've got so much fresh rosin going on the violin. All right. And then just a swipe or two to work a little back onto the string. There we go. So mellow. 7.5. Yeah, to me, it feels so much more powerful. It's got more meat to it. Do you hear the same thing?
Yeah. I'm mostly figuring on the numbers on the last bit.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
But it states that in the number.
Yeah, let's... Yeah, just a little more meat. So, yeah, this one, back to rating about a 9. This is the one, right?
To get rid of?
Pulled it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I only took one more out, but it's one step closer. Next is volume. If you need to be a soloist, you need to carry in a concert hall. What you hear under your ear isn't necessarily what the audience hears. So I'll have my friend help a little bit on this and just see if he nods yes or no or totally disagrees. So... 6 or 7. Seven and a half. Sheer volume.
I felt like that pulled out more. I think that was pretty loud.
Yeah, just a little scratch to it there. I'll give it a 7.5. Yeah. Sounds like the audience says more.
No, that's about right. Yeah.
7. Eight and a half.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Seemed to, yeah, good. Sound like a 7.5, 8 to me. So either one, I'll lean
I'm
that
gonna go
way.
7.5 on that one.
7.5. But kind of really died out there. 7.
Yeah.
Still
Didn't
7.
stand out much.
Yeah, 7. Let me go back. And so that really stand. Yeah. Yeah, well, that grows on me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so definite standout for a soloist. And that means a lot. This next test is especially important to beginning and mid-level violinists. And that is how much control and how even and how good it feels in your hand when you do a very high, slower spiccato. It's hard to choose a number until you do the others, but 6. Boy, it just doesn't grab the string and speak. Let me just make sure. Boy, it just doesn't speak. Was this one of the better sounding bows, or is it in the lower end?
It's actually, yeah, it's they're all honestly right on par with each other right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me just...
It didn't rate the high. It's actually one of the lower rated ones in the very beginning.
Okay, then it just doesn't speak. Pull it out.
Wipe it out.
Oh, see, so much better right off the bat. And yes, it depends on how good you are, how much you practice, and I'm trying not to be too careful. I'm seeing what helps me or what hurts me. So I like that a lot. 8, maybe more. Oh, a little too tight there, but nice. Oh yeah. Nice.
Mm-hmm. You might as well be picking. It grabs so well. You may as well be picking.
Grabs and rosin and everything can be factors, though I've tried to make sure these are as even as possible. So, wow, that one just grabs and goes. 9. Seven and a half. Seven. Ooh. 8. I like it. Staccato. Six. Ooh, 9. Eight. And I do give it some credit for tone. Eight. Six. Some bows just inspire your fingers in your hand to do what it's supposed to. It's funny that way with bows. 9. And if you feel like your hand is tired or things have changed, always feel free. Go back and see if your judgment is still the same on the other bows. 8.5. For some, this next test is the most important of all, and that is when you go to draw a long, smooth bow, does it bounce in the middle of your bow stroke? Almost every violinist experiences it, and it's usually at the worst possible time. Some bows will help, and some bows will hurt. So let's begin. Eight. Nine. The lower end bows are really bad at this, by the way. 7. 7. 'Hmm. And sometimes it's getting used to a bow. I would say 7 up front, but let's go back. Tremolo. How well does it grab the string? How crisp and precise are the notes? 8. 8. Good bows. 7. Just not as crisp, not as nice. 6.5. And each person's hand is different. What you would choose may be totally opposite of what I would choose at this stage. Now that we're into a range of bows that it really matters, it's time to see if a bow inspires you and can do more technical bowings. So, let's begin. Nine, I like it. I really like it. I still won't give it a 10. It's probably a 10, but 9.5. Oh, it's out. Oh, let's see. That's
we can. No, that actually is that's actually the lowest right now. That's the lowest performing of all the bows. So
that makes it easy.
Perfect. So
yeah, sometimes you go into a certain mode or a certain bowing, and it just falls apart. Take it out. That feels like it needs a hair of rosin. A hair of rosin. Yeah, a little slick on that. Let's try that again. It's gone.
it was the second Delio. So yeah,
Oh,
that's on.
there you go. Mm-hmm. All right, and this last one. 9. Okay, so we do have 3 very nice bows for me. So at this point, let's go all the way back to the beginning to what matters the most. The tone, the sound, the volume.
String noise.
Oh, haven't done string noise. So close your eyes and listen, especially on the open strings. It's very good. 9. That one has a fair amount of string noise. Whether you can hear it on the recording, I'm not sure, but 6 or 7 for string noise. Seven, quite a bit of string noise. Let me go back and make sure. Yeah, it's gone, almost. So that one really wins out on string noise. And as a general rule, the more mellow a bow, the less string noise you get. And so sometimes you really have to choose there, and you may even choose 2 different bows, depending upon soloing in the concert hall or sweet melodies in a recording studio. And with this, we do one more round all the way back to the beginning to tone and volume. So volume, 8. Tone, 9 plus. Yeah, volume, 10. For volume.
What was that?
Oh, I didn't do
tone.
The tone.
Mm-hmm. Let's just carry on.
Yeah, 8. We'll come back to it. It only strikes me like a 7.5 now compared to the others. Tone. Oh, yeah. $8.5.
Yeah, he was a 9 plus on that last.
So there we are. If I had to choose just one, it would be this one. But now it's time to add the numbers, get the prices, and make a final decision. Brian?
76.5, $10,000. 85, $20,000. 81, $15,000. And by the way, 70.5, $250.
Which does happen sometimes. Yet, as I mentioned before, when you pay the price of quality,